So I'm sitting here meditating on the reading for today as I'm preparing to do my morning message as I usually do. And it came to me that what was showing up was Saturn, okay? And this month or next month in June, we have Saturn going retrograde. So for those of you who have a Saturn return going on, meaning you're about 29 years of age, if you have Saturn in Pisces, 29 or like 57, 58, then you're undergoing a Saturn return, and it's a very important time. So I just want to do a little reading for you. And with Saturn going in retrograde in that sign of your return, you're definitely going to be having 4 months plus, that's how long it's in retrograde, 4 months plus of some real soul searching, some really deep inner work. When Saturn goes retrograde, it's not about what's happening out here at all. It's really about your inner game. And Saturn is a teacher. Saturn is sometimes it's our hardest teacher, but it doesn't have to be. It turns out to be the teacher that you love the most because they really cared enough to have you do the work, okay? And show you the path and teach you what you need to know. So let's see what's going on for you. This is a kind of a random reading, but I do what comes through, right? Okay. Choosing your path, all is possible. Some of you don't really believe that. Okay. Some of you might feel that everything is challenging. Everything is toxic. Anything that is going to be hard work is going to feel terrible. Okay. And I just want to say to you that it's kind of like the feeling you have after a good workout or a good bike ride or something like that. You're like, I'm a little proud of myself, right? Like, I'm a little proud of myself that I did that today. Or it feels really good to get my body moving. It feels really good to put this particular skill set to use. All right. So let's see. Joy and delight. Those of you who have Saturn in the fifth house of joy and sex and fun. This can be, Saturn can be kind of a challenging planet to have in that house if you have it in the fifth house, because Saturn is the planet of discipline and, eat your vegetables and go to bed at a reasonable hour kind of thing. And that's not really what that fifth house is about at all. That fifth house is definitely about letting loose and having a good time. Now, when it's in retrograde, there can be this sense of like, that's what I need. I need to bring more joy and more fun into my life, less work all the time. All right. Impasse. Oh, that's definitely a Saturn card. Reflect and redirect your energy. And answering the call. The time is now. It seems to me here that there's there's kind of a leveling up. There's kind of a new level of spiritual growth here, or a new path that's being offered to you. Some of you might be feeling a little bit at odds ends right now, not really sure. I'm going to use the Mythic deck, not really sure what's the next step in your life, or just kind of standing there looking out to the universe and being like, okay, I don't know what I want. What's going to bring me fun? What's going to bring me joy? What's going to bring me happiness and fulfillment? It seems like there's a block to it. Okay, with that impasse card, it seems like there's a block to it. But there is going to be some kind of offer to you by the universe. All right, the universe is saying, here's what it's almost like you've stopped struggling, or you've stopped just trying to make things work, or you've stopped this whole experience of I've got to figure it out. It's just kind of like, I'm just exhausted. I just want to sit here on the park bench. And then bam, a new idea comes to you, or a new opportunity comes to you. So let's see here. Oh yeah. 4 of Wands underneath, the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, the 4 of Swords. Look at that. 2 and 2 is 4. The 4's here. 4 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. The Star. I've been seeing this for a while. So subconsciously, it's almost like not what other people are saying, or you're having a hard time being around other people right now, or it's just too much peopling. Okay. Too much peopling. And this is almost like trying to get away from that, and it doesn't work. Like if you're trying to run away from a situation, if you're trying to escape, it's not really working. And that it used to work. It used to work. It's not working anymore. I love this healing energy coming in. This is Aquarian energy. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, but I really feel like this is about stepping into this calling of being a healer. And it's coming from your own sense of not sure what the next step is. It's coming from your own sense of, I need to work on healing myself, right? Saturn in retrograde is internal. So there's a sense of, I need to heal myself. I need to work on myself. I can't be working on other people. Not right now. I can't be doing that. I need to revive my joy and my expression. And part of that is that I need to heal myself. I may be feeling depressed or feeling a little bit anxious or having just this sense of hopelessness a little bit. 5 of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. I'll take you through this, don't worry. 3 of Swords, definitely something in the past. 9 of Swords that has got you anxious or is keeping you in some kind of loop here. The 2 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Judgment. This happens a lot in readings when I see so much process, when we have a lot of minor arcana cards, meaning the 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 2 of Wands, 5 of Cups. That's all about process. It's about the process, and I'll take you through this. But then the final card, I'm like, look at all those minor arcana cards. And then, hey, here's a major arcana card. So these are the only 2 that are showing up in quite a number of cards. The Star is healing, and this is the Crossroads. This is the new beginning. This is the new beginning happening. So right now we have Saturn in Pisces, like I was just talking about. And, when it's direct for most of the month of June, Saturn is direct. And so those themes of, grow up, those themes of like, you got to put in the effort, you got to put in the time, can show up in our relationships. And I'm just seeing this here, that there is some kind of feeling of loss. Sorry if there's noise, I can't get away from it. If there's some kind of feeling of loss around a relationship that you put a lot of time and effort into, and it's just not kind of panning out, or it's just not doing what you want. I get the sense that you're stepping into some kind of new timeline. Okay. A new timeline with this, like, okay, I just have to accept it. That's very Saturnian. And if you're going through a first or second Saturn return in your birth chart, meaning Saturn is right back where it was when you were born in the sign of Pisces, it's basically saying that there's some kind of, Pisces is very spiritual energy. Pisces is also, the lower vibration of Pisces is escapism. So you could escape into some kind of spiritual modality or spiritual work, and it just ends up it's not working anymore. Like this isn't, if I was doing it to escape, especially if I was running away from things, if love has hurt or something has hurt, I'm running away. I put a lot of time and effort into something, but it's not panning out. Some of us can escape into the spiritual realm quite easily, and that is like, now what's happening is, no, I need to find real joy. I need to find real fulfillment, real long-term. I need my purpose. I need, just all of these themes, every part of your life, friendship and family and travel and education, learning new stuff, and your own spiritual life, your inner life. All of these things are going to show up right now as it's a time to reconsider and rethink, ruminate a little bit about where I am right now. And that's very Pisces in Saturn. Where am I in the cosmos? Where am I in my life? Where am I? And because Pisces can be quite it's like the work is done in solitary. It's a I am needing to understand where I am, because Pisces energy is so good at having like very minimal boundaries or diffused boundaries. When Saturn comes along, it can be like, that boundary thing, we need to work on that. Okay, so let's continue on. I just feel like some of you still are dealing with some kind of breakup, the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. And, you might even have some anxiety around this, but this Nine of Swords is like overthinking it. There's too much. It's like this person is too much on your mind. This person, this experience is, just so, this whole idea when Saturn goes retrograde at the end of June, this whole idea of looking inside for 4.5 months, like, dear God, there needs to be some balance. Okay, there needs to be some balance of fun. So coming out of this cave, and we're saying, all right, yes, I am meditating, I am doing my inner work, I am doing all that, but I don't need to punish myself when I'm considering my next steps, right? So there is a sense of moving forward by yourself, or moving forward in a very, you kind of like keeping it to yourself, not really telling people about what you're doing, just moving forward on your own and going towards this Judgment card, this crossroads. I really like that. The Nine of Swords in the middle here. The Nine of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups, and the Six of Wands. Okay, so much focus on the hard work, right? Saturn, we were talking a lot about that and everything, but I get the feeling, because we have this joy and delight card in the middle of all this hard work, there's something here about saying, okay, maybe I am working too hard at this. I am pounding my head against a wall. So it's like, it's the too much Saturn, too much of a, eat your broccoli and go to bed at a reasonable hour, like too much of that. And there's a sense of like, I need to lighten things up. In order to take care of myself, in order to embrace what I'm here to do, in order to really fulfill my life's purpose, I'm going to need to not have so much focus on one thing that it becomes like a barren landscape. I mean, look at these two cards, right? It's like a barren landscape. So I do feel like part of this reading has to do with self-healing and recognizing that all work and no play, kind of not really the way to go. There needs to be some other parts of your life that are expanded. And I feel like as soon as you turn that star, as soon as you turn that healing toward yourself, you're going to have great results. Okay. So some of you have been working in terms of healing others. You could be healers. You could be, mystics, shamans. A lot of you on my channel are. And the second Saturn return or first Saturn return is kind of saying, hey, it's not about it's not about more hard work. You've been putting in tons of hard work. It's time to lighten up and have some fun. It's time to introduce that. And if you're having resistance around that, like, oh no, okay, no, that's not what I believe, because there's a lot of swords here. It's like, what I believe to be true is that I've got to continue to pound away and pound away, right? I'm just going to run right up to that wall and keep bouncing off right up to that wall. But if you looked at the bigger picture, I feel like this has something to do with your intuition on like a visionary level. With Pathfinders, we're talking about, survival level of intuition, then creation level of intuition, then visionary level of intuition, which, as Carolyn Mace talks about a lot, is impersonal. It's impersonal. It's not just directed at you. It's like, what is my piece of the puzzle? There's a sense of like, oh, wow, I am taking this a little too seriously. I might be taking my journey a little too seriously, or taking my, making myself suffer over the spiritual journey or something like that. And it's really time to lighten that up. Okay, it's really time to lighten that up. And if you looked from a bigger picture, you might see that the wall ends here and beyond this tree. It doesn't go on for miles. And it's also not that tall. This is a squirrel. He's totally capable of getting over that. So there's like other ways around whatever is vexing you. But it's sometimes people with a lot of Saturn or a lot of Capricorn energy or a lot of definitely going through a Saturn return, there can be some kind of like perverse joy in look at how hard I'm working. Okay, there can be some kind of, and that might have run its course. Like it's no longer a thing. No one cares. You don't even care. So let's take a look. I will pull cards for each zodiac sign in the extended, and let's get some advice of how you might navigate this. So this was completely impromptu reading, but I hope it's helped some of you, all of you who have resonated with it. I hope that feels pretty good to you. If you want to continue on with me, there's a link below, and I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.